Hello everybody and welcome back to another How to Stock Market video here with your host Jimmy K from How to Stock Market. For this video we'll be going over the company ACTiViSiON BLiZZARD. The ticker symbol is ATVI. It is a gaming esports company currently doing very well in the markets. Very high projected growth as well. Along with the expansion of esports in general. So currently has a market cap of 47 billion. PE ratio is at 42, so the growth wouldn't be as or the volatility of the stock wouldn't be as large as typical lower cap stocks. So that's what the PE ratio indicates here. We can see that it closed this Friday at a price per share of $62.63. So we can also see here that the Nasdaq's closed at 66.30, which is a increase by 0.4%. Net change is about 24 points, so it's very bullish at the moment. It's been continuously uptrending for this past month, and maybe even a little longer than that. But yeah, it's been very bullish at the moment. Usually in the market there's a general pullback that the market experiences, somewhat of a downward correction every couple weeks or so, but it seems to be delayed at the moment, and it's continuously just rising. It may just be setting new support levels, but it's not really indicative of what's actually happening in the market. So that should also be taken into consideration. So here is an article about the 3 things about esports that you probably didn't know. So here some of the interesting facts are that 385 million fans who watch esports are helping to generate roughly 700 million in revenue this year, right? And the thing about gaming companies and lots of these professional gamers are that they have a large personal brand around them, and as the culture of our society transitions more into technology and advancing and innovating technology, and along with that comes greater design, modeling, and graphics, which can be attributed to gaming in general, and can help to push that sector even further than it is now currently. And along with the fact that they are painting this as some sort of a traditional, like a sports or competitive matches, and this is also a global phenomenon as well, with other countries and other nations. So this brings a lot of culture and tradition that's very new at the moment, and it's very not, I wouldn't say well received, but it hasn't been fully, it hasn't reached its peak potential yet. That's what I believe. So as I keep going down, we can see that Asia has the biggest esports audience with three of the world's most recognized and biggest game companies, BLiZZARD, Take-Two Interactive, and they're all headquartered in the US. But while North America is the biggest esports markets in terms of revenue, the biggest esports audience, and arguably the most engaged audience is in Asia. So we make the most money here, but the Asia scene has more fans and supporters, and it's more of a culture there. So just imagine if the audience over here in North America or wherever, in any state in America, if the audience is engaged, that means there will be a higher market revenue for esports in general. So that's also very positive to look at, because I believe the trend is upward for that, because it is still a newer market in the American society, and it hasn't grown to that level at the moment, but it is currently working on it. So that is very good news. Newzoo expects Asia to account for 51% of esports enthusiasts in 2017. Newzoo, I have no idea what that is, but if you guys, you guys can probably research it on Google. Gaming is so different or popular in Asia because of gaming cafes with high-end PCs where people can play for hours, and it's very cheap, and I guess there's not that many places like that in America, I believe. I guess that's what they're saying. So that's maybe one reason why it's not generating as much revenue as it is over there, and why the audience may not be as engaged. Esports is a good career. Perhaps one of the best ways to monitor the magnitude of esports is watching the salary of the team owners are paying to join their team. So a lot of the players are making most of the money, and the players get paid very well because they are the ones that are playing the game. The owners just probably invest in their brand and team, and then with this, the players develop a personal brand for themselves, and they start streaming and get paid through that, as well as on this platform, as well as on YouTube here. So they're just instantly have a lot of followers just as they start, because of their personal brand and them being in a professional team. They have exposure, and audience has more audience interaction, and they have more of a reason to care for that player, because they are part of a professional team, and they're on the media, and they're like right? It's just how it is with every I guess famous individual or someone with somewhat of a brand behind themselves, which is received from them doing something, right? So it's not quite like the NBA or other sports franchises, but it's currently working on its way. The minimum is 50,000, or this is for Overwatch League players. It's 50,000, and they also receive health insurance, retirement savings plans, and each player also gets 50% of their team bonuses, which for one season will total 3.5 million, with 1 million awarded to the team champion of season 1. So there's a very large market for this industry right now, and it's been doing well for quite a while, actually, and it's been consistently uptrending. It's currently on a dip, in the market, but we can't say for sure whether this is indicative that it will continuously downtrend even further, or just bounce back to its previous resistance level. So I would say to keep a lot of these tech stocks on your guys' watch list. Research them actively. Look at a lot of other tech stocks, gaming stocks related to tech stocks, such as gaming, chipset, right, graphics, motor, right? They could be implemented. So whatever can be, used in combination with another product or another good is always a good idea, and that would also give them more exposure in the market and also generate more revenue and profits, thus increasing the overall market price per share. And right, investors attract more investors and whatnot. So that's what I wanted to discuss with this video. I hope it helped anyone out there who may have been interested in some gaming stocks. This is a article from Yahoo Finance about the 3 things you probably didn't know. Oh, I forgot to cover the last one, which is okay, so they're a good career, pays a lot, the minimum's pretty high, they get all these benefits and stuff. The last one is esports might show up at the Olympics, and this says might, though. This says might. So one of the surest signs yet of how esports is quickly gaining popularity is to talk about esports becoming an official Olympic sport. Esports was first included as part of the Asian Indoor Games of 2007, but the recent surge in esports popularity is causing competitive gaming to get even more recognition. The Olympic Council of Asia announced earlier this year that esports would debut as an official medal sport at the 2022 Asian Games in China. So, Council of Asia announced this year this is going to happen. Well, anything could go wrong, but it's like projected that if everything goes right, that in 2022, that this is going to happen in China. Esports was an event at the recently concluded 5th Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games, where ACTiViSion's BLiZZARD among the featured games. So guys, gaming is going to be a big thing. All these things are still very new, and it's very good time to get into these markets right now while it's still at the low side, right? So that's what I had to say about the stock market video today. I think esports is a very strong market to look into. I mean, but in terms of what price to get in, I can't tell you guys that. I am not a financial advisor. I am not here to influence your investments or trades that you make in the stock market. I am just here to deliver news that's already been posted online and try to sorry about that. So yeah, I was just trying to discuss that, right? I was trying to explain that in a more, in a fashion that's more easier to swallow. So, yes, trade at your guys' own judgment, own risk. This but these news and these yeah, seem to be a good indication of where this market is going in terms of future projections. So yeah, I would at least recommend, at the very least, to recommend you guys to keep it on your guys' watch list and look at it actively and look at the different news that is released. But this may be a preview of what's about to happen, and this may be the perfect opportunity to get in while it's hot, while it's still at the bottom, while it's still right before it peaks, goes to the moon. So with that said, guys, thank you all for watching this video on Activision Blizzard. Ticker symbol is ATVI. And please stay safe in the markets, and I'll see you guys on the next video.